level. Understand your KPIs, understand your objectives. What is it that the company is asking you to do? And then go do that. Master that. That's the first thing you need to do. And then how you do it is how you build your personal brand. What happens after the fact? Are you able to achieve and cross those burning sands? Are you building relationships along the way? Are you a good colleague? Are you a good friend? Are you managing up well? Are you managing down well? And are you also managing horizontally, building your personal brand? But at the end of the day, no matter what you do, what's really, really important is that you have a passion for what you do. If you enjoy what you do every single day of your life, you're not going to work, you know? That's my belief. I come to work every single day. I don't feel like I'm working. I'm having so much fun. I enjoy what I do. As a leader now, I have the opportunity to shape culture, which is what I try to do now here at Hyundai. It's been a great ride. I'm not done yet. I still have a passion for this business 36 years later, and to be quite honest with you, I can't wait to wake up the next day to see what's next.
At TCU, our freshmen are actually called first years, and not just because it's your stereotypical first year of college, but because it's actually made up of 1,000 little firsts, small moments, that make it so special. It's your first on-campus concert in the quad. It's the first college football game you attend sitting right in the student section. It's the first time you rush the field after a huge win. And it's the first rivalry win you celebrate in Frog Alley against Baylor. It's the first time you'll suffer from a severe coffee addiction. It's celebrating your 19th birthday without your family, away from home for the very first time. Lots and lots of 19th birthday celebrations. It's the first new restaurant you go to in Fort Worth. The first time you and your friends try ramen at a restaurant tucked away in a corner on West 7th. It's the first burger you eat at Dutch's. The first of what turned out to be 1,000 Einstein bagels. And it's the first time eating meals in your college dining hall. It's the first time staying up all night just to listen to Red Taylor's version when it drops. And the first time you listen to the first words of All Too Well 10-minute version. It's the first Christmas season you celebrate away from home, your first Christmas fireworks show at TCU, and the first presents you exchange in Christmas pajamas with your friends. It's your first study and sing-along session when finals come around for fall semester. It's the first time you go karaokeing with your friends on a Thursday night, and the first Just Dance competition in your dorm room. It's the first college class you go to, and the first class you happily drop. It's the first time you become besties with a professor.
Classes from
probably
the
knows a little
Lewis
bit too much
Dilworth
about your
Davis
life.
College of Science.
And the first outdoor excursion you go on with the rec center, where you were 90% sure you were going to be paddleboarding, and it turned out to, in fact, be a canoe trip. It's the first famous actor you get the chance to meet on campus. It's the first time school freezes over and you have to bundle up for a Kroger run. It's your first job as campus tour guides, and the first perfect sunset you managed to capture at Sunday Pasta Night one weekend. It's probably the first time you realized that it's those thousands of little firsts that turn strangers into friends as fast as kindergartners. And then you blink, and suddenly it's the first time packing away your entire life from your college dorm to go back home. It's the first time your friends are going to live across the country and not just right across the quad. And it's all going to end with your first really hard goodbye. But that just means, as you drive away for the very first time, you have a second hello to look forward to in the fall.
My world opened up when I went to TCU. I thought everybody lived the way I lived, and I all of a sudden got exposed to this big, diverse group of people that lived in so many different ways. And it really helped sort of shape who I became, and more importantly, what I wanted out of life. I got a degree in kinesiology, not exactly what more personally with the people that I work with. There's no question today that TCU is preparing students for jobs that don't yet exist. And therefore, I think it's important for students to remain curious, keep their eyes, their ears open, to ask questions, to always be open to learning, to evolving, to experiencing. But in the end of the day, we also have to be willing to deliver results. I also think the world needs more hand raisers than finger pointers. So if I had any advice, it's like raise your hand, don't be the finger pointer, be the hand raiser. I think as we look to the future, the world will continue to become more and more connected globally. I do believe any institution, whether it's Nike or TCU, that we do connect and make those connections with students from around the world, and that we're able to attract those students. They're able to come and have an incredible experience, and then they go back to their home countries and to carry the message for TCU. And I think that's how we continue to grow the brand globally, and then ultimately to continue to attract the talent from around the world.
Everybody is just crazy about horned toads.
They're just so squatty and fierce. I think it's this combination of they're really tough, but they're actually not.
Kind of so ugly that everybody loves them, you know.
It's amazing how they talk about them. This cowboy, tough guy, you know, they are cursing, and at the end they leave and they're like, please keep working with those little guys, we need them. And it's like everyone, it's like that.
They don't bite, they don't squirm, they don't run away very quickly, so it's easy to catch them and actually hold them.
All their anti-predator behaviors are fascinating. The blood squirting, you know, they'll puff themselves up.
Nope, never had them squirt blood on me, but I have seen it happen.
You know, one of the questions we get asked by landowners, you know, all the time is, what happened to horned lizards? Can they ever come back? Can we ever bring them back? So it's obviously a kind of a complicated answer because it's not just one thing. It's probably the primary reason. I think we all feel confident it's just habitat loss. You throw in things like fire ants. You think loss of harvester ants. People poison those for years, and that's, you know, horned lizard's primary food source. That they're kind of a diet specialist. So all those things interwoven, you know, have led to their decline.
You know, it's a handy umbrella species, and they inhabit mostly grassland areas where we have a lot of species of concern.
If the horned lizard goes away, that means there's something wrong with the environment that we need to take a look at. So they're very valuable in that respect.
When you're working with a system like this, it's important to keep all the parts. We may not know what all of them do, but we know they were all in there when it was working the way it was supposed to.
Originally, I was approached by a person from Texas Parks and Wildlife and asked if I might be interested in working on the genetics of horned lizards in the state of Texas, because TPW was at that time strongly considering reintroducing horned lizards into areas where they had disappeared. It was not known beforehand how the species was structured in Texas. And in order to do reintroductions, in order to have captive breeding programs, one of the first pieces of information that you need to have is a good understanding of how a species is structured in its natural environment.
Horned lizards have disappeared in many parts of Texas. We work on a small town that still have very high numbers. So we want to see how this trend is going over time. So identifying unique individuals, we can monitor their numbers.
Zoos are using that information, and they're going to concentrate on different areas. So the Fort Worth Zoo is going to breed lizards from the northern area, and the San Antonio Zoo is going to breed lizards from the southern area.
There is no manual to tell us exactly how to do this because nobody's done it before, really, and been successful at it.
And then those lizards, you know, with the help of Texas Parks and Wildlife, are going to be reintroduced into areas where they match. I think a major way that universities like TCU can help with conservation efforts is that we can provide kind of very detailed expertise in certain areas that may not be present in other organizations that are working to conserve animals.
It's hard to have an appreciation for those sorts of things if you haven't sort of interacted with it firsthand in some way. So I think there would be opportunities for us here at TCU to appreciate the natural history of our mascot. I think is one step in sort of educating them about sort of the natural world around them and why we should value these resources and protect them.
Humans getting to interact with wildlife, like for me, that was a huge game changer. Like getting to hold a horned lizard in my hands. You know, I grew up in the city where there's not a lot of animals, where I didn't have a really strong connection with nature, and that completely changed my outlook on the role of humanity in this planet.
I think that we owe it to ourselves and our students to really try to help them understand how global biodiversity loss and bringing animals into close proximity with humans is contributing to pandemics like COVID-19 and this jumping of these viruses from wild populations into human populations. I think research of my colleagues and my peers and the students here at TCU, it contributes to the greater good at a level just by generating new knowledge. And this idea of we don't have all the answers yet. And so if you pose an interesting question and then you figure out a way to try to answer it, you then have an answer. But often what we get from that answer is more question.
To have a place where my kids can go see something wild with all the growth of human expansion, population, which is inevitable and nothing wrong with that, but you still have some wild places where they can go, see a horny toad, see a deer is something that's important to me. I want to pass that on to them.
As long as we can get a connection between people and wild places and wildlife, I think we'll be okay.
The Polaris Dawn mission was a 5-day mission to space, and it was a technology demonstration mission. We did the first commercial spacewalk, and we went further than any people have gone since the Apollo era. And when I found out I was going to fly on Polaris Dawn, one of the first thoughts that crossed my mind was that I wanted to take a part of TCU with me. I took a TCU patch with me to space, flew it in front of the window, and it was a really special moment while I was up there. I fell in love with space in the 4th grade. I had the opportunity to go on a field trip to NASA where I experienced a day in the life of an astronaut as well as a flight controller in mission control. And that experience lit a fire in me to want to contribute to the space industry with my career. So when I went on to TCU, I studied the fields that I loved, but fields that I also hoped would help pave the way towards that career. TCU taught me how to embrace the challenge, think creatively, problem solve, think outside the box. That ability to adapt and think on your feet and problem solve for whatever comes your way, because you can't predict everything. Space is the ultimate team sport, and it takes people from around the world with so many different cultures and especially so many different areas of expertise coming together to explore the stars. Kisses from Space is the story of a mama dragon as she journeys to space and shares her travels and training with her baby dragons back here on Earth. And I had the privilege to read this story to my kids as well as some of the brave patients from St. Jude Children's Research Hospital while I was in space. One of the highlight moments for me of the trip. When I think about the horned frogs that have been part of my life back at TCU when I was studying there and then in the many years since, it is just such a beautiful example of the value of continued support for your fellow people. That support network is something that I think TCU embodies so beautifully, and I've felt my whole life.
Can you feel it? There's a rushing wind at our back, and we're rushing in. Don't even know where we'll land. Can you hear it? There's a steady sound getting louder as our feet touch down. Follow the night until it's ringing out loud. 'Cause we found something to hold on to now. So we hold on and enjoy the ride. After all the ups and downs, this is our time. Enjoy the ride. Can you see it? There's a distant shore getting closer. We want nothing more than a dance in the waves like we've never danced before. 'Cause we found something to hold on to now. So we hold on and enjoy the ride. After all the ups and downs, this is our time. Yeah, we hold on through this wild life. I know we'll make it count. This is our time.
One of the first things I did when exploring the opportunity to join TCU was to take the official prospective student campus tour. I wanted to not only learn more about the campus by seeing our amazing buildings and grounds, but I really wanted to listen to the impressions of the university through the student voice. And both through the student tour guides as well as some of the other prospective students, I could see that there was a tremendous amount of aspiration and ambition in our students. It was really a great opportunity for me to join TCU, initially as the John V. Roach Dean of our Neely School of Business. Certainly the strength of their scholarship and their research productivity, the type of research that can shape the global practice of business. But I also came to appreciate their commitment to the classroom and really living out TCU's teacher-scholar model. And because TCU is, we've done a really good job of managing our class sizes, our faculty have the opportunity to really operate at the individual student level. Every career decision I've made, probably since about the age of 30, has been based upon how can I invest the time that I have and the energy that I've been blessed with to make the biggest impact on the most broadest set of people in the most significant way. When I think about what being a leader is, at first you really just have to focus on being a type of leader that's very consistent and authentic with who you are. For me, it was to quite literally roll up my sleeves, get out of my office, get onto the campus, and have as many opportunities to meet and greet other Horned Frogs where they are. Learning about our various colleges and their goals and dreams, understanding the magic behind our student affairs programs and how we have created, in my opinion, the finest undergraduate student experience at any university in the country. Understanding how the landscaping department works and why we all get to share in the beauty of our built environment. Volunteering in our laboratory schools and understanding, the brightness that we bring to so many children at Star Point and at Kinder Frogs, and on and on and on. It's just been a great way to start, a great way to learn and be a student all over again, and then a great way to understand how might I be additive to propel the breadth of the organization. I have so many wonderful memories of TCU. First of all, it's hard not to just be overwhelmingly thrilled by that run to the national championship game. Winning the Fiesta Bowl and really putting the rest of the world on notice that, this is a university and an athletic program of substance that takes a backseat to no one. On the academic side, I love the way we kicked off our sesquicentennial by ringing the closing bell of the New York Stock Exchange. I'll always remember, the groundbreaking of our Burnett School of Medicine's facility in the medical district and the topping off moment. If you think about the founding of our university, we were one of the very first universities to proclaim and keep as a core value the opportunity to educate both women and men at the same time. That was not a common model. It was a very early instance of innovation. And then fast forward all the way to today, how we're innovating in our laboratories, how we're innovating in our performance halls, how our students are being encouraged to operate with an entrepreneurial mindset because the world changes dramatically, just as TCU has. So that common thread of innovation has been such an important component to our ability to grow in both size and stature, to broaden the impact we make in the world, and then I think it really positions us very, very well for the next 150 years of our history.
Being a leader isn't all fun and games.
It takes hard work, commitment, and an unstoppable drive.
Sure, there'll be obstacles and detours along the way.
But a true leader always finds a way to make it across that line.
Because when you work hard and believe even harder, you discover the sky was never the limit.
So if you're up for the challenge, the next move is yours.
If we can do it, so can you.
You ready to take the lead?
Lead on.
Lead on.
Lead on, TCU.
Friendship.
Sorry, I'm warming up.
I've never done anything like this before. This is so interesting.
Frog.
Inspiring. Welcoming.
Fantastic. Engaging.
Happy.
Purple Disneyland.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
That is the code word we use at PD, actually.
They put me on the spot. Wait.
Just say. Oh, community.
Community. Community. Community.
Community. Community.
Can I say community?
Community driven.
I would say it's definitely inclusive. There's always something for you.
Electric. Happiness.
Opportunity.
1, 2, 3. Joyful. Awesome.
Family.
Family. Family.
Fun.
Fun.
Energetic.
Generous.
Friendly.
Genuine.
Friendship. Perfect.
Destiny.
Happy. Beautiful.
Unique.
Home.
I'm so appreciative because TCU gave me the platform to explore, or to expose my talents to the world. They put me out there on national television, broadcasted those games for people to see my talent. TCU really allowed me to explore the different range of possibilities that I was interested in beyond football. The late Dr. Linda Moore was just a loving person. She cared about me beyond the football field. Dr. Moore was very instrumental in just saying, LT, I know you don't really know what you want to do right now, but how about exploring all possibilities? I came as more of an introvert. I really wasn't an outspoken person, even on the football field. But the one thing that I realized was as I evolved and grew my leadership style, I had to learn how to be led first in order to be a leader. And I'll tell you, when I left here, I became a better leader because I learned that in order to lead, you have to really understand the person. You have to spend time with the individuals in order to learn what motivates them, what drives them. And then you tap into that part of them that can get the best out of someone. As a TCU trustee, one of the most important things to me is understanding that student experience, because at the end of the day, it's about communication, it's about authentic relationships, and it's about being adaptable, in any profession that you're in. That's the way I've approached it, and I've really enjoyed that aspect of my role. TCU is Fort Worth University, and understanding that the direct tie of the city of Fort Worth and TCU, and those two going hand in hand, that's the reason why it's so important for us as a TCU family to give back to this community and striving to lead on, and be the leaders in our space. And I think that's so very important.
Every day I get to see TCU live out our values. In fact, our strategic plan is called Values in Action. And I wanted to bring you in for a sneak peek of how we're living out those values of integrity and community and engagement and excellence every day. But don't take my word for it. Let's hear it from the voices of our students and our faculty and our staff and our alumni. When you think about TCU's core values, which ones mean the most to you and why?
I think about excellence.
Definitely community.
I would say engagement. One of my core values has always been integrity.
Coming into TCU, you're not only engaging in a lively community, but also a community that cares about your education as well.
Community is really important, making sure that everybody feels welcome and included.
We talk about ethical, which is like doing the right thing when no one's looking. Yeah. Same thing is integrity. And so for me, that's like showing up, making the most out of my experience and really taking ownership of everything I do here.
The university does a great job of engaging
the community, the faculty and staff on this campus, and of course the students.
Definitely community. I feel like since I've been here, everybody's been so welcoming and nice and like willing to help out.
I'm super excited to find my community here and find my people.
Integrity for me is saying what you mean, doing what you say you'll do, and when you don't, or when you fall short, you take responsibility for it.
For me, I would say engagement, just so like I can engage myself into the community.
I think and I hope that at orientation and through Frog Camp, we're teaching students about how to be a part of our community, how the community can support them, and what that means in their transition to TCU.
I think about the excellence things that our students get to learn and have an opportunity to be part of our society when they graduate.
My husband and I both went here.
Oh, excellent.
And we had an amazing experience. And I think teaching people to be involved in the world and to think about different perspectives and include other people in their everyday actions is really important.
I'm excited to have the chance to see our values in action every day. One of the ones that means the most to me is excellence. Everything we do it the right way, at the highest level, the TCU way, right? Look at our campus, look at our amazing students, our prominent alumni, our dedicated faculty and staff. Everybody's committed to excellence. It really is the fuel that drives our progress. Go Frogs.
I'm trying to challenge myself to do.
Good morning. Welcome to the Louise Dilworth Davis College of Science and Engineering Convocation. My name is Kayla Green, and I am the Assistant Dean of Undergraduate Studies. On behalf of the faculty and staff of this college, it is my honor to welcome the parents, family members, and most importantly, the Davis graduating class of 2026. Please help me welcome them into the stadium with your loudest riff ram. Oh, come on, people. All right, guys, I'm happy to introduce to you our Dean of the College of Science and Engineering, Dwayne McKay.
Thank you, Kayla. Please be seated. Last night we had the conferring of degrees, and I have to say two things about this college. Number one, compared to all the other students, they were by far the best-looking group. There was no doubt about it. And now after walking in, I realize why. You have the best-looking parents I've ever seen also. But we welcome you to this 2026 convocation, whatever we want to call it, convocation or graduation. I almost said commissioning. I've been usually through that a few times. But welcome to all of you, and it's really impressive to see the number of parents that have made their way here to see their fledgling finish. You started out as fledglings, and now you're ready to soar. You've been all the way through a very difficult program. Some of you receiving a master's, some of them a doctorate, but primarily the bachelor's degree in a variety of subjects, none of which were easy. I mean, it's interesting when we speak to the entire university audience, because I don't have to make up anything about the fact that this group of people in front of me, sitting in purple, they're the future of Texas, the country, and the world. And I want you to all applaud yourselves for making it through. Now, normally this is a fairly solemn occasion, but they received their degrees last night, were conferred by the chancellor, and I'm very impressed with the fact that you're willing to come today and to this commencement of your service to others and to the world. So thank you all for coming. Thank you, parents, for coming. I would like to introduce Ms. Cassia Love, who will offer us the invocation.
Please stand if you are able and join me in a moment of prayer. Gracious God, we thank you for this moment where we find ourselves together in this place. We have come before you grateful for the successes we as students and our families have achieved to get us here today. We are also grateful for those challenges, those difficult moments that have shaped us and drawn us closer to each other and to you. Thank you for the faculty and staff who have guided, mentored, and challenged us during our time at TCU. Be with us during this time as we celebrate. Help us to focus on realizing the privilege it is to be in this place, and give us vision for how we can be used for your will beyond this university. We ask these things in your name, amen. Please be seated, and we'll welcome Dean McKay back.
So I have several people on the platform. I'd like to introduce all of them, if I may. Start with Professor Tim Barth, the Associate Deans. The first one is Professor Tim Barth, also Professor Dick Reinwald, and Professor Kayla Green. Also with us is the one that certified your degrees. You know, you wouldn't have graduated if Ms. Valerie hadn't agreed that you met all the requirements. So And the Leadership Council, starting with Tori Bennett on my right, Matt Chumchaw. Where's Matt? Where is he? He's here somewhere. He should be. If not, he'll hear about it later on. There's no doubt about that. Professor Dabrovalani, please. Hana is what I call her. That's why I don't struggle with that. Professor Naomi Ikas, Professor Greg Friedman, Professor Sue Gong, Professor Gina Hill. Oh, wow. Professor Ben Janesco. You know, there's nobody. Oh, there's one person cheered for chemistry. That's good. That's good. So that's the only one that got out this year, I think. So that's the reason. So, Professor Marlo Jeffries, Professor Rihanna Main, Professor Mike Slattery, and Professor Bingyang Wee. You know, those are robots, actually. He's the computer science guy, so he stations those around the stadium to make sure he gets a cheer. The graduate directors that are here, Assistant Professor Michelle Birmingham, Professor Peter Frenchaboy, Associate Professor Ashley Mullins, and Professor, that's cool, and Professor Ken Richardson. Okay. All right. And the important thing for the graduate students is their mentor, the one that managed to get them through their program or helped them through, and in some cases you might say hindered you from getting through, but you were able to do it anyway. And that's Associate Professor Barger, Senior Research Scientist Becken, Professor Mike Chumley. There you go. And Professor Jeff Coffer, Professor Brent Cooper, Associate Professor Gabriel Michael. Well, that's one. That's not so bad. So, Professor Sarah Hill, Professor John Holbrook. Oh my. Okay. So, he told me he would have a gigantic yell, so I'm surprised. It's only, well, it was a gigantic yell. It was just one person, though. Associate Professor Levy, Professor Leising, Professor Van Berber, and Professor Eric Simonek. Now, the first thing we want to do is recognize a few of the special citations or special groups of students. And if we have any veterans in the graduating class, would you please stand up? And we have some that eventually will probably be veterans. We have members of the Army and Air Force ROTC. Would you please stand, please? You know, scientists and engineers have a lot more athletic ability than people give us credit for. Our grammar may not be perfect, but we still can run and jump and do those things. Do we have any varsity athletes that came this morning? All right. Well, we were here to get an education. Thank you. We're here to get an education, and if you do well enough, you earn a distinction of either one of the summa cum laude, et cetera, et cetera. So will all of the students that earn the cum laude, the ones with a GPA between 3.5 and 3.69, please stand and be recognized. And of course, the next level is 3.7 to 3.89, and they're called magna cum laude. Would they please stand and be recognized? And the top of the line is summa cum laude, 3.9 and above. Please rise. I hope the audience realized how unbelievably impressive that was. And to take a line from our provost, I graduated, thank the Lottie, rather than any of those. So. But I shouldn't steal. His jokes don't work for him either, so it's... the Louise Dilworth Davis College of Science and Engineering. Why is it special? Over half of the people in the student group here participated in research, over 50%, in meaningful research. That's going to mean more to your career than you can really imagine. Builds skills, builds your resume, and it's something that you'll be looking back on for the rest of your career. And you know, this is a huge, last night the business dean said, we have 1/3 of the graduates in the business school. And I wanted to say, yeah, well, we don't have quite 1/3, but we're the second largest college, and many of your graduates are the ones that gave up on science and engineering, but I would not be allowed to say that, so I wouldn't say that. And I'm probably going to regret saying it this morning. But we have 39 different programs in the sciences, engineering, computer science, and ranch management, nutritional sciences, the hardcore stuff like physics and chemistry, biology, you know, a few easy ones like mathematics, but Greg probably wouldn't agree with that. Dr. Friedman wouldn't, but you know, this year we did something that has never happened at TCU before. It hadn't been as big a deal made of it as I think it should be, but we received a $40 million gift to support this college. $40 million. And that's not only amazing. The woman that did this for us, Ms. Davis, it was a cash gift. Within 4 weeks, she delivered all $40 million. Now, I challenge you parents to top that. Any of you that would, you know, we can always make it be hyphenated college, Davis. It won't be McKay, I'll tell you that for sure. But but that's an amazing thing, and we're going to use those funds to propel us. You know, I'm sure you've all read about the strategic plan and the 4 pillars, and one of those pillars is to move the university from an R2 status, research status, to an R1. And there's only one engine that can do that, and that engine is the Davis College of Science and Engineering. And so the significance of this college to the strategic plan is pretty amazing. So, all right, this is a commencement. You know, the word commence, you know, it's like, oh, you finished something, but no, it isn't. You haven't finished. You're commencing your lives and your careers. You're going to go off and into the workplace, and or on to graduate school, or to whatever the next endeavor in life. And some of you will just try to live off your parents probably, and I discourage you from doing that, and I assume they will discourage you from that also, so we will see. But, you know, that next step is pretty important. And what's the first thing you do when you get to your new job or your new location or whatever? Well, my advice to you is that you choose someone that you have respect for, that has a lot more experience than you, and you ask them to, or at least, well, maybe not formally, but they become your mentor. Becoming a mentee is the fastest way to wisdom, no doubt about it. You don't have to learn from your own mistakes. You know, most of the learning comes from things you do wrong, not things you do right. And those people have already made the mistakes, and you can learn from them, and I advise you to do that. And it's interesting because one thing we don't always emphasize in most universities, but they do here at TCU, is the fact that, you know, one of the mentors that I had over the years was a guy named Jim Collins, who wrote the book Good to Great. And he analyzed dozens and dozens of companies, or at least his students did, to decide why were some huge successes and why did some fail. And it wasn't business plan, it wasn't necessarily market, it was because they chose companies that were very similar and saw how one rose to stardom and the other sometimes just disappeared. And the whole key to that, he determined, was leadership. And so the one thing that every time you get an opportunity to practice leadership, you should do that. When you're offered an opportunity to lead, take it. Now, you may not be comfortable doing it. None of us were when we first started doing those things. But the first time, it'll be uncomfortable. The second time, not so bad. The third time, you think, I am a leader. I can do this. And I heard last night over and over, the thing that's most important to being at TCU is, you know, you can do this. You know, one of the, I love history, and one of the most famous people in history is beyond your time. Your parents will know the name, but that's Winston Churchill. And you know, when Churchill was prime minister during the World War II, and prime minister of the United Kingdom of England, he was an amazing leader. But times change, and after the war, he lost the election to be prime minister. So he retired and went to Cambridge as a professor. And he was asked to come back to his old high school, a private high school there outside of London, to give the commencement speech. He stood up, walked to the podium, looked at all the people in the audience, and he said, "Never give up." And he went and sat back down. So the headmaster wasn't ready for that, right? I mean, we've got this famous guy. He came, and that's all he said. You know, Sir Winston, I'm sure you have other words that you would like to share with us besides that. If you'd like to come back to the podium, we would love to hear what you would like to say. And he said, okay. He walks to the podium. He said, "Never, ever, ever give up." And he sat back down. And that's as good advice as you'll ever get. You know, the more persistent you are, the more determined you are. You know, things. I had a major professor that we were trying to solve a problem that I thought was insolvable. And I said one day, I said, "Ken, why are you hitting your head on this brick wall?" And he said, "Oh, I'm looking for a loose brick. So find that loose brick and you're going to be a success. Never give up," okay? All right, enough of that. It's time to confer, or we won't exactly confer the degrees, but we're going to recognize the degrees. And the first one we're going to do is the doctoral degrees. And we will hand you your diploma, or a facsimile thereof. Don't be shocked if that's the case. And begin with the doctoral candidates. I'd like to introduce my Associate Dean and Professor of Psychology, Tim Barth.
So our doctoral students will start to line up, come up to be hooded.
Classes for the Louise Dilworth Davis College of Science and Engineering. For the degree, Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Liam Eric Clayton. Dr. Megan Elizabeth Grubbs. Dr. Leonardo Rafael Ojeda Hernandez. Dr. April Leanne Horton. Dr. Jordan Holt Ners. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the doctoral introductions and diploma presentations of the Louise Dilworth Davis College of Science and Engineering.
Now we'll proceed with the awarding of the hoods for the master's degrees. We'll wait for you. That's fine. For the degree Master of Arts, introducing Sebastian Mascanero Fanelli. For the degree Master of Science, Sose Asadorian. Portia Tuamasi Asari. Muhammad Ayez. Caroline Elizabeth Barclay. Joshua Stacy Binford. Renee Castillo.
Talia Chachkas. Caroline Cheney. Addison O'Neill Dart. Paige Elizabeth DeBoyes. Catherine Bailey Evans. Natalia Patricia Flores. Caitlin Marie Harnan. Amelia Pauline Heimerman. Daniela Cristina Hernandez. Matthew Robert Kelly. Julia Elizabeth Nipfer. Samuel Shane Knox. Olivia Avery Landis. Evelyn Dumaine Littlejohn Orem. Michael Imba. Megan Nicole McMahon Cunningham. Anam Nawas. M.D. Simon Nice. Lily Grace Norcross. Hill David Nystrom. Elvis Sakiri Owusu. Jordan Elizabeth Park. Madison Aurora Perkins. Brianna Nicole Pitts. Brooke Antoinette Preston. Mia Nari Raj. Benjamin Hernan Reeder. Jamison D. Speed. Abigail Lindsay Welch. Hongjun Wu. Saman Yakub. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the Master's Diploma presentations for the Louise Dilworth Davis College of Science and Engineering.
Now I'd like to introduce our Associate Dean for Undergraduate Studies, Dr. Dick Reinwald.
Hold it right there. You're awesome. Thank you so much. Okay. It's a pretty name. Classes for the Louise Dilworth Davis College of Science and Engineering for the degree Bachelor of Arts. Introducing Oluwatomini Precious Afolabi. Nami Beard, cum laude. Serena Bhakta. Donna Paola Medina Bravo. Heaven Sade Brown. Natalie Camilla Carlone, magna cum laude. Alex Dam, summa cum laude, University Honors. Gabriela Rosa Dorta. Anish Doshi, magna cum laude, University Honors. Connor Early, magna cum laude. Jennifer Esparza, magna cum laude. Jacob Charles Felger, magna cum laude. Tamara Ferreira Gaxiola. Grace Cheyenne Hassey. Grace Lynette Irumva. Ansley Webb Keaton. Mia Nicole Kelso. Ariana Daniela, summa cum laude, double degree, Bachelor of Science, Engineering Mechanical, Departmental Honors. Carla Fuentes Maldonado, summa cum laude, double degree, Bachelor of Science, Social Work, Departmental Honors. Brace Martin, summa cum laude. Victoria Alexa Martinez, magna cum laude, University Honors. Makaya Lane Moore, cum laude. Favor Amarachi Okun. Jimena Oropeza, summa cum laude. Caitlin Joy Pena, summa cum laude. Leilani Andrade Ramirez. Addison Ann Razor, cum laude. Angelina Lilac Rivera, cum laude. Hayden Shell, cum laude. Hannah Rose Schrock, magna cum laude. Stone Williamson, cum laude. Andres Joab Pina Zamora. For the degree, Bachelor of Combined Science, Samuel Christopher Brownawell, magna cum laude, Department of Honors. Crawford Scott Christie, cum laude. Katerina Noel Coron. Callie Alexandra Flores. Sanaya Floyd, cum laude. Lily Isabella Garcia. Caitlin Jimenez, cum laude. Sophia Kors. Artemis D'Angelo Lopez, cum laude. Graciela Lynn Mirabali, summa cum laude. Olivia Wynn, cum laude. Brooke Ann Ridgway, cum laude. Gabrielle Taylor Smith, cum laude. Sophia Mora Solis. Courtney Allison Stacy. Delaney Rosemary Tasto. Logan Tidwell. Mattia Valle. Louis Samuel Wright, cum laude. Troy Avedis Zambak. For the degree, Bachelor of Science, Madison May Adam, summa cum laude, Departmental Honors. Gatlin Travis Adams. Stephen Adeoye. Walter Daniel Sandoval Aguilar, magna cum laude. Maria Monica Lopez Aguirre. Zaid Alcad. Caroline Grace Allen, magna cum laude. Jane Millicent O'Brien Allinger, cum laude. Herbert Osvaldo Alvarez. Christopher Yahir Azuna Gomez Alvarez. Richard Amaro Jr., magna cum laude. Emily Queenie Anderson, summa cum laude. Saba Anjum, summa cum laude, Departmental Honors. Oscar David Arenas, cum laude. Veronica Arocha, cum laude. Sammy Assad, magna cum laude. Harvey Andre Adaway Jr. Iman Erengzeb, cum laude. Preston Matthew Avant, cum laude. Summerlin Sinclair Babineau. London Grace Bachelet. That's London Grace Bachelet. Paige Alyssa Baki. Kayla Luisa Balderas. Julia Ann Ballou, cum laude. Emily Rose Benefield, cum laude. Sujit Bandari, magna cum laude. Abby Blackwell, magna cum laude. Anna Grace Bodenberg. Benjamin Donald Bordeaux. Reese Elizabeth Braun, magna cum laude, double degree, Bachelor of Science, Digital, Cultural, and Data Analytics. Emily Kathleen Brennig, magna cum laude. Hayden Rory Brigham, cum laude. Bailey McCall Broadus, cum laude. Alyssa Bryant. Mary Grace Bubb, cum laude. Paige Brianna Bull, cum laude. Matthew James Baresh, cum laude, University Honors. Gabriella Burham. Isabel Cecilia Cabrera, cum laude. Grace Elizabeth Callahan, magna cum laude. Camille Grace Cambry, summa cum laude. Zachary Alexander Campbell, cum laude. Giselle Campio, magna cum laude. Gabriela Eva Campos. Sheridan Claire Campos, cum laude. Alexander Stephen Canales, cum laude, summa cum laude. Ashley Sophia Cow, cum laude. Lauren Carbolito, cum laude. Jamie Carson. Jonathan Paul Carney, summa cum laude, University Honors. Daisy Yvette Carrillo, double degree, Bachelor of Arts, Comparative Race and Ethnic Studies. Emily Beth Caruth, summa cum laude. Alana Rose Casavecchia, summa cum laude. Kendall Wright Costello, cum laude. Alejandro Custrita, cum laude. Gabriela Hannah Catino. Charlotte Catanillo, cum laude. Inez Sabalos, cum laude. Angelina Faith Cerna. Rosalind Cervantes, summa cum laude. Landon Don Chambers. Andrew Chappell. Nagendra Chowdhury. Annika Bella Chavez, magna cum laude, Departmental Honors. Erica Bella Chavez, magna cum laude, Departmental Honors. Matthew Lucas Shoti. Matthew Lucas Chateau, cum laude, Departmental Honors. Shelby T. Christian. Natasha Sasakis. Dylan W. Clark. Davis Elliott Collins. Madeline Olivia Como, magna cum laude, Departmental Honors. Elizabeth Connors, magna cum laude. Anastasia M. Copeland. Myra Lourdes Coronia. Molly Ann Corey, magna cum laude, Departmental Honors. Emma Maria Costas, cum laude. Lauren Francis Corey, summa cum laude. Judah Amir Crawford, summa cum laude, Departmental Honors. Barbara Dolly Francis Crespo, magna cum laude. William Joseph Cunningham. Long Dow, magna cum laude. Maitland Grace Davis. Ashley Nicole Day. Caroline Fitzpatrick Deasy, magna cum laude. Abigail Colleen DeCesar, summa cum laude, departmental honors. Andrea De Leon. Gable Ann Delp, summa cum laude, departmental honors. Bailey Shea DeLuca, magna cum laude. Megan Alexis DeMattia, cum laude. Matthew Rogan Dengler, magna cum laude. Akil Dinami, cum laude. Athalia Arta Doby, summa cum laude. Taylor Ray Douglas. Annie Lynn Downham, cum laude, departmental honors. Jacqueline Elizabeth Drawn. Brooke Delaney Drenowitz, summa cum laude. Taryn Angelina Duffy. Michael Timothy Dougal. Skylar Viola Dukes, magna cum laude. Emma Ann Durkin, magna cum laude. Jasmine Adriana Hope Durant. Heba Isa, cum laude. Evan Richards Eisler, magna cum laude. Destiny Rebecca Ellis. Brandon Hernandez Esquivel, summa cum laude. Breton Bacall Estes, summa cum laude, University Honors. Lily Claire Eder, magna cum laude. Vera Saeed Farah, magna cum laude, University Honors. Madeline Hussein Farhat, cum laude. Rudania Rustam Fatul, magna cum laude. Nicholas Feinlater. Tatum Michelle Firestone, cum laude. Carlin Adriana Flores, cum laude. Libby Joe Foster. Kayla Ann Fruin. Charles Lester Galliard. Mallory Morgan Gallerano, summa cum laude, University Honors, Departmental Honors. Isabel Jane Galvan, cum laude, Departmental Honors. Alisek Valdez Garcia. Emily Alexis Garza. Grace Sofia Garza, cum laude. Jorge Garza Gonzalez, cum laude. Maya Elena Goska. Caitlin Elizabeth Gazda. Braden Goldsmith. Julian Antonio Gomez, cum laude. Nina Caitlin Gomez. Liliana Abella Gonzalez. Tristan Jacob Gonzalez. Ethan Nicholas Gray, magna cum laude, Departmental Honors. Kevin Wahardo, cum laude. Samiksha Gupta, cum laude. Margaret Claire Hafner, summa cum laude, University Honors. Laura Catherine Hani, cum laude, University Honors. Price Rollins Hall, summa cum laude. Olivia Elena Hammer. Lily Isabel Hammer. Robert Malcolm Hannaford, cum laude. Lauren Carlisle Henneman. Bailey Bond Harris, magna cum laude. Taylor Marie Harrison, magna cum laude. Ben Harchie, summa cum laude. Tatum Harvey, magna cum laude. Audrey Hauk, cum laude. Paris Jordan Hayes. Emilia Helleck. William Tanner Hendricks. Daniel Francis Hennessy. Daniel Hernandez Jr. Gabriel Paul Hernandez, magna cum laude, departmental honors. Isaac Sebastian Hernandez, summa cum laude, double degree, BS Economics, departmental honors. Marianne Fatima Hernandez, cum laude. Moses Alexander Hernandez. Brooke Patrice Hoder, summa cum laude. Ahabar Hossein, cum laude, University Honors, Departmental Honors. Chloe Elizabeth Hoyt, summa cum laude. Joshua Caleb Humphrey, summa cum laude, University Honors, Departmental Honors. Marion Louise Hutchison, magna cum laude. Crystal Onyenyechi Ibe, Magda Ibrahim. Favor Oguchi Iguolo, cum laude, departmental honors. Daniel Robert Ingram, summa cum laude. Ferdos Omar Abdi Isak, cum laude. Lee Ann Jacobs. Melina Anna Jellick, cum laude. Dominique Anthony Jenkins, magna cum laude. Michelle Alexandra Jimenez. Emma Alexandra Johnson, magna cum laude. Lacey Renee Johnson, summa cum laude. Macy Lee Jones, summa cum laude. Ryan Jordan. Jackson Vincent Junius, cum laude. Julia Marie Jashenko, cum laude. Juliana Joan Koss. Cameron Robert Kerr, cum laude. Ariana Celeste Kubehi. Avery Jewel Kirkham, magna cum laude. Olivia Rose Clock. Cassidy Paradise Cole, cum laude. Dorcas Muhoza Kongwa, magna cum laude. Ashley Marie Kyle, cum laude. Emma Josephine Lammert, cum laude. Spencer West Lanyon, summa cum laude, departmental honors. Yana Victoria Laredo. Victoria Lazouk, cum laude. An Duck Lee, summa cum laude. Isabella Marie Lemieux, summa cum laude, departmental honors. Aubrianne Grace Lugers, magna cum laude, departmental honors. Daisy Lee, cum laude. Lance Thomas Lincoln. Sophia Rose Lohman, summa cum laude. Yasmin Viana Lopez, cum laude. Matthew Robert Loritz, magna cum laude, departmental honors. Kasia Kendall Love. Anahi Lorenzo Galvez, cum laude. Abigail Grace Lyons. Annalise Macias. Kennedy Kate Maddox, summa cum laude. Kiera Mencarius, summa cum laude. Sophia Ann Mankus, magna cum laude. Ava Elizabeth Marsh. Natalie Ann Marshall, cum laude, University Honors. Lorenzo Gabriel Martinez. Robert Cole Martinez. Matthew Justin Martiri, magna cum laude. Miles Coy Masker, cum laude. Dylan Sanjay Masson, summa cum laude, departmental honors. Sophia Victoria Mawad. Jason Chidi Mbagwe, summa cum laude, departmental honors. Autumn Grace McCain, magna cum laude. Jameel McCarthy. Mason H. McClure, magna cum laude, departmental honors. Ava Irene McConnell. Julia Gray McDonald. Megan Rose McGeary, magna cum laude. Josephine Elizabeth McGuire, magna cum laude. Dimitri McLean, magna cum laude. Timothy Patrick McNulty. Aiden Scott Meek, magna cum laude. Levi Bogie Meese, magna cum laude. Garrett Meister, cum laude. Nora Madeline Melton, magna cum laude. Cade Copeland Mendoza, cum laude. Jacqueline Andrea Mendoza, cum laude. Berket Daniel Mezgabu, magna cum laude, University Honors. Stephanie Miller, summa cum laude, departmental honors. Grace Miller, cum laude. Isabella Grace Miller, magna cum laude. McKenna Laakea Miyamoto, magna cum laude. Nicole Rafer Molko, magna cum laude. Juan Carlos Moncada, Jr. Bo Everett Moody, cum laude. Carter Ruth Moore, magna cum laude. Kyler Ann Moore, summa cum laude, University Honors. Alexandria Morales, cum laude. Sophia Agresta Morelli, magna cum laude. Jonah Alexander Morgan, magna cum laude, departmental honors. Angel Mota, Jr. Sean William Mulrow. Jillian Marie Mundy. Christopher Musselman, summa cum laude. Caroline Owens Myers. Aditya Varun Narayan, magna cum laude, University Honors. Placida Daisinga. Jesus Negrete, Jr. Nat Ann Wynn, magna cum laude, departmental honors. Katie Hai Nu Wynn. Wynn Khan An Wynn, summa cum laude. Koa Tidi Nguyen, summa cum laude. Koi Fan Nguyen, magna cum laude. Kimberly Tran Nguyen, magna cum laude. Leilani Nguyen, summa cum laude. Phuc Tao Vai Nguyen, magna cum laude, departmental honors. Tran An Tu Nguyen, summa cum laude, departmental honors. Tri Min Nguyen, summa cum laude. Drew Robert Nicholas, magna cum laude. Julia Elizabeth Nicky. Nicholas John Nicosia. Royal Calvin Northern, magna cum laude. Kylie Yvonne Northrup. Emma Elizabeth Norton, magna cum laude. Ellison James Norwood, summa cum laude. Bray Emery Ogle, summa cum laude. Devin Andrew Olmedo. Caroline Grace Olson, cum laude. Namalari Olugosi. Gemma Victoria Grace O'Neill. Alondra Oropeza. Annalisa Bella Ortega. Emmanuel Oyawaye, magna cum laude. Erica Lee Parks, cum laude. Stephanie Gemeleth Paria Carrera, cum laude. Mason Emily Pasco, magna cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Pellinger, magna cum laude. Tan Van Fan, summa cum laude, departmental honors. Carlota Castatort Pinto, magna cum laude. Catherine Elise Piskarich, summa cum laude, university honors. Andrew Potts, magna cum laude. Ezra James Power, cum laude, departmental honors. Landon Parker Provost, cum laude. Babiana Polito. Campbell Sloan Pushkin, cum laude. Laura Sofia Quagliata, cum laude. Carla Denise Ramirez Quintiana. Jose Luis Quiros Jr. Virginia Bennett Rader, magna cum laude. Rachel Nanette Rajamoni. Skandra Rajnarayan, magna cum laude, departmental honors. John Thomas Reevely, cum laude. Garrett Allen Reitz Jr. Blake Andrew Rendon. Isabella Reyes. Catherine Wesley Ritchie. Grace Lauren Rickey, summa cum laude, departmental honors. Piper Elizabeth Rios. Samalee Michelle Rodoff, cum laude. Juan Carlos Suarez Rodriguez. Ismael Rodriguez Tomax, magna cum laude, departmental honors. Rachel Ann Rowland. Amanda Catherine Rucker, summa cum laude. Stover S. Rudolph. Stefan Marco Saba, magna cum laude. Ian Sanchez. Kaylee Hope Sanchez, summa cum laude. Larissa Jinju Santos. Mark Sayeg, summa cum laude, University Honors, Departmental Honors. Alyssa Lee Scheck-Snyder, magna cum laude. Allison Faith Schmidt, summa cum laude. Zachary William Schmidt, cum laude. Strider Paul Schossberger, cum laude, University Honors. Kayla Marie Scott. Kylie Travis Scott, summa cum laude. Kyle Travis Scott, summa cum laude. Odessa Faith Segura, magna cum laude, University Honors. Alessandra Senise. Alexis Renee Sinowitz, magna cum laude. Carly Christine Serafin, magna cum laude. Samantha Kieran Shah, magna cum laude, double degree, BS Psychology. Sameep Kier Shah, summa cum laude, Departmental Honors. Madhavam Pratip Shahi. Sarah Sharif, magna cum laude, University Honors. Catalina Marie Sheehan, cum laude. Eric Christopher Shepard, summa cum laude. Mary Ellen Showalter, magna cum laude. Raul Shrestha. Annie Laurie Schubert. Grace Isabella Sakian, cum laude, University Honors. Caitlin Shea Skevington, magna cum laude. Alyssa Morgan Smith. Isabella Victoria Smith, cum laude. Cameron Savannah Smoody, cum laude. Addison Grace Sokolowski. Emma Solomon, magna cum laude. Kavish Senigre. Theta Marie South, cum laude. Tita Marie South, cum laude. Micah Destiny Sparrow, magna cum laude. Peyton Stott, summa cum laude. Andrew Willard Skygaleader, II. Isabella Grace Stidham, cum laude, Departmental Honors. William Philip Thomas Stiles, magna cum laude, Departmental Honors. Lauren Piper Stone, magna cum laude. Caitlin Charlotte Strain, cum laude. Haley Renee Stewart, magna cum laude. Emily Grace Sugg, summa cum laude. Isabella Elizabeth Sullivan, cum laude. Jessica Leilani Swartz, cum laude. Eric Lisea Tapia. Emma Michelle Tawadras, cum laude. Giovanna Angelina Torito, summa cum laude, University Honors. Hold on.
Susanna Takalhaimana Tesfamkel.
Double degree, Bachelor's General Studies. Courtney Lee Tetrick, magna cum laude. Chu Lian Tang. Sydney Catherine Thornett. Andrew Tolva, cum laude. Grant Tonjum. Grace Townsend, summa cum laude. Pham Tien An Tran, summa cum laude, departmental honors. Quan Wei Tran, magna cum laude. Anna Cecilia Tucci, cum laude. Alyssa Nava Turin, magna cum laude, university honors. Caitlin Turner. Lindsay Elizabeth Turner. Dor Vincent Utt. James Patrick Van Dam, cum laude. Nadia Van Niekirk, magna cum laude. Brianna Bella Vaughn, cum laude. Georgia Vivalier, magna cum laude. Annabella Velcheva, cum laude. Abigail Venegas. Thomas Cameron Veek. Ella McMurray Vlaspum, cum laude. T. Kim Ni Vo, magna cum laude. Hayden Rose Wade. Caroline Reese Wagner. Emily Anna Wagner. Robert Mark Wallace Jr., cum laude. Dylan Carly Walters, magna cum laude. Luke Anthony Washington, magna cum laude. Barrett Lynn Weber, magna cum laude. Nicholas Alexander Westenfelder, magna cum laude. Jordan Steele White. Rourke James White. Emma Wilner. Mary Madison Wilson, summa cum laude, university honors. Alexis Liz Winter, summa cum laude, departmental honors. Lila Paige Wojcik, summa cum laude. Cherokee Ann Woolley, summa cum laude. David William Wright, magna cum laude, departmental honors. Michael William Rookie, summa cum laude, double degree, BS Health and Fitness, departmental honors. Peyton May Wirtz, summa cum laude. Nibesh Yadav. Mercy Johanna. Hampton Grace Zidlicki, summa cum laude, departmental honors. Carla Zuniga. Maria Monica Revuelta Zuniga, magna cum laude, departmental honors. Diana Vianza Palencia. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the graduates for the Louise Dilworth Davis College of Science and Engineering.
Will all of the new graduates please rise? Let's give one more round of applause to all of our brand new Horned Frog graduates. Science and engineering. You should be very proud of yourselves, and your family should be very proud of you also. I know everyone up here on the stage and the faculty down there, et cetera, we're all very, very proud. It's not an easy course to take. And you chose it, you stayed the course, and you finished. If you do that the rest of your lives, you're going to be a huge success. And remember, as our advancement people would say, give money back to TCU when you do that. So, at this point in time, I think we will have the alma mater sang, and it's going to be led by Maggie Bogowski.
Hail, all hail, TCU, memory sweet, comrades true, light of faith, follow through, praise to thee, TCU.
Thank you, Maggie. By the way, the parents, if you would like to come down to the field level and take photographs with your students, you're welcome to do so. You can even step on the grass, okay? So just if you'd like to do that. Other than that, I believe we've had a wonderful commencement, and congratulations once again to all our brand new graduates.